And welcome back to the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate North American Online Open, October 2020. Jordan Ken alongside here with Coney and Vicky. Kitty, we already have one player that has punched their ticket to grand finals. That is 9 Super Pie. And let's take a look at the bracket here and see what traffic we'll have to navigate as we get set and make our way through the losers bracket. And so 9 Super Pie using Wario in the winner's semifinal, then a switch to Wii Fit Trainer just to dominate Captain Remix to get to the grand finals. Our first matchup of loser semifinals will be Kira, who played Wolf, and TanTaco, who played Joker. So let's start with you here, Coney. Two really rush-down characters once again that'll have to really be careful about when they get into disadvantage and how they can reset neutral, because that was really the biggest issue for both of them in their winner semifinal matchups is they just couldn't get back on the stage. They were just combo food for the majority of their matches.
My guess is that neither of them are really going to do anything to each other off stage. You can sometimes stuff Wolf's recovery, but it's not always the easiest thing to do. Sometimes you want to just let him have the leverage and then sort of push him off on there. And TanTaco didn't look all that comfortable off stage with Joker, so I'm interested to see sort of what happens there. It's really a question of brute force in Wolf's case, or in Joker's case, it's more agility and dexterity. It's the old like strength versus dex, right? So if Wolf can get in and just brute force his way through the shield, land his aerials, get his hits when he can, he's able to get a lot more. Meanwhile, Joker's going to try to sort of, again, like we talked about before when we were sort of theory crafting the earlier matchup, TanTaco is going to try to sit outside the shield, try to use a little bit more range, and punish Wolf for being more of a fast faller, so you can get a lot more combos on him, a lot more damage racked up. This really is a testament to how well either of these two know the matchup, because this is a matchup that's been played at the top level, oh gosh, thousands of times before. So we're really going to have to see sort of a clinical example here.
Almost as many times as we've seen Ice Climbers and Wii Fit Trainer, right?
Oh, sure, yeah. It's like 1 and 2.
Sure. All right, Vicky, as they get things going on Pokemon Stadium 2 here, when you look at TanTaco and Joker, your playstyle probably changes when Arson comes out. How are the two playstyles different when you have your big brother with you?
You know, when you have Big Brother there to protect you, you are going to be able to utilize that Tetracon to try to get Wolf's neutral B out of the picture here. You're also going to be able to get a lot more aggressive, although TanTaco already said to us earlier that, you know, he already plays aggressive. He likes to make sure that he can close in that gap, but when it comes to Wolf, you want to try to cover. Oh, I like that weight right there, actually. You see TanTaco actually utilizing the neutral B, the neutral A on the platform to stop Kira from being able to be safe there and add in to that pressure. But the thing is, Kira, he's also doing a good job at slowing down the pace. He's also able to adapt, and we had seen that when he was trying against those Ice Climbers that really put him in this situation within this loser's bracket.
Yeah, and Coney, Kira just reading TanTaco like a book with that ledge trapping.
Just has the right option for the right situation again and again. And that's sort of where I was trying to go when we were talking about this matchup. I think the impetus is on TanTaco to play around Kira more than the opposite, just because Wolf can kind of, again, brute force his way into a lot of interactions, and just by the mere nature of his hitboxes, get a lot more out. You see TanTaco doing a lot of short hopping, a lot of jumping around. If Kira just lets an up smash rip, TanTaco is going to have to respect it, especially at KO percent. Finally, that forward smash is going to land, so only 13% on the second stock. It's not too bad.
Yeah, and Vicky, for TanTaco, we're just seeing a lot of pokes and a lot of single hits. You're not seeing a lot of those combos that we're typically used to seeing with Joker. So for TanTaco, you're trying to find that consistency in your combo game at this point.
Yeah, honestly, I was expecting that from TanTaco only because he started slowing things down. I don't know if it's because of, you know, he's trying to figure his footing into this tournament after losing that first match now. And now you see him going for a lot more empty hops actually around Kira. He's forcing his way back onto the stage, but also the build-up for Arsene, when he doesn't have Arsene on board, trying to build up that meter, utilizing, you know, Wolf's neutral B while doing so when the Tetracon isn't out instead. He's trying to essentially force Kira to build up that Arsene meter, because that's when he's going to be going and swinging essentially.
And Kira here, Coney, the use of the neutral layer throughout this match has been so effective as Kira taking another stock off of TanTaco.
One of the strongest neutral layers in the game. for sure. I mean, Wolf's just ability to land on top of you with it is so good and completely shifts some matchups. He's actually one of the premier counters to Olimar for that reason. He can just drop on you with that neutral air. But TanTaco with a huge response. That Arsene up air is more than enough to get that KO, only 66%. And we were talking before about Kira having to sort of slow down the pace when Arsene is out. And you see the what happens when he doesn't. He gets punished hard.
And Wolf being wise to use that blaster, just keep some distance between himself and TanTaco at this point when Arsene is out, because Vicky, you have to play around Arsene. But Kira trying to get back on stage, TanTaco trying to go down deep, and there it is, Vicky. TanTaco turning things around and taking this game from Kira.
Yeah, I was honestly, Jordan, that was one of the things I was thinking about earlier with, the gun special that you have, since you could change the directions and, being able to shoot down below. Wolf isn't invincible when he's recovering to the ledge. When he has that up B, he's essentially a sitting duck from the head up, and you can respect it. But, when you're using the gun, there is nothing that you're putting yourself in a bad position. You're able to utilize it from afar and from a safe distance. And that's actually what you saw right there. And I believe you also saw that TanTaco felt pretty confident. So he was able to kind of chase him down with it, and Wolf's recovery doesn't really cover that much distance.
Very impressive comeback from TanTaco. And Coney, I don't know if you've got a crystal ball or a palm reader right there, but you said stuff the recovery of Wolf. That might be a possibility coming into it, and that's what decided that match.
Well, it's funny. I said he wouldn't do it. I didn't think it was going to happen, but the
well, then your crystal ball's a little cloudy.
Yeah, I saw something among that, but you're right.
Too.
You're right that was something that I brought up that might be a factor in the game, but it's not something that you often see, especially if somebody isn't comfortable with it. But TanTaco at the very end pulling out his final trick for last. Those downward guns, just excellent work. And has a little bit of momentum going into this next game. It seemed like it was all Kira up until the very end. Excellent work by him.
It really was, and we saw that Arsene come out, Vicky. That was really, really utilized well by TanTaco, but that was a different game. Now we're in our second game here, and so far it's pretty even at this point. Arsene coming out once again, and this is when TanTaco really needs to up the aggression, and we see the beautiful counter coming out from TanTaco at this point, trying to keep Kira off the ledge. Another chance to stuff it. Isn't able to do it there though, Vicky.
The double tetracon. That was great from TanTaco, because he knew Kira wanted to go in for a punish right after that, but TanTaco basically running was murdered here, and now being able to hold on to the center stage, able to really keep up this aggression, because now Kira, he's trying to fight his way back, and now with Arsene off the board, he is going to kind of kick it up a notch and get a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, those KOs will be a little bit more elusive to come by here, Coney. You don't have Arsene, but still feasible for TanTaco, especially when you've racked up 156 as TanTaco takes the first stock, Coney.
And a beautiful aerial there. We were talking about it before, the use of the aerials having to be pristine, having to be just pixel perfect in terms of spacing. And you saw it there with that forward air. And I love Kira's adaptation there. You saw what he tried to do. So he went and he rolled behind him at the ledge. That's usually an option that people go for when they want a grab. And so TanTaco rolled on stage, but Kira was ready for it with the up smash, just really one step ahead. These players are trying to be ahead of each other at all times. Excellent work by both of them.
Yeah, Kira doing a fine job of stabilizing this match here. TanTaco starting to run away with it, but Kira with the quick KO on the second stock. And here we go, Vicky. Finally, some follow-ups with these combos and these aerials by TanTaco. We've been looking for that between these two.
Yeah, trying to utilize the up air, trying to go for the upper into grapple rather. You saw him trying to go in for the drag down, but unfortunately the platform was right above him. So when he went for the drag down into grab, Kira was actually already on that platform. But now TanTaco still going in for a slowdown pace. Now with Arsene though, he get a lot more aggressive. He could utilize those big hitboxes. You saw him trying to go for the nair, but putting himself by the ledge, Kira is slowly adapting, and we already saw that when he took TanTaco's first stock.
TanTaco trying to wipe Kira off the stage once again. Arsene out for a few more seconds, unable to get the KO, but the work has been done. And once again, TanTaco has the chance to take a one-stock lead here, Coney. And we see the landing with those down guns. Very effective. And yet another stock without Arsene taken by TanTaco. Really doing a fine job of creating some separation in this one.
Beautiful work. The drag down into the down smash. TanTaco trying to move on in the event. Just needs one more stock to do it. And you can see the evasion here playing around Kira's options. This is what we were talking about. Just being able to use Joker's sort of lift frame, kind of dance around these hitboxes and find ways to sneak in damage of your own. Only 19% after a pretty long stretch here, but it's safe damage that he isn't taking much for, so it's worth it.
Yeah, Kira has an opportunity here, Vicky. A quick KO would really even things up. If you're TanTaco, you gotta stay alive and just rack up some damage and set yourself up for that last stock, it seems like.
Yeah, and staying alive is exactly what TanTaco is trying to aim for here. You can see him playing a lot more patiently, actually. He's only trying to go in for an overextension if he starts it up with that Nair. And that was a little scary right there. He went pretty low, but not going to be able to go for the follow-up after getting that down air into the up smash. Instead, now getting punished. Kira only at 48%, which, honestly, when it comes to Wolf's damage output, isn't too much. And he can still very much even us out, but he's getting edge guarded. He makes it back. He got sent closer to the stage, luckily for Kira.
So Kira getting back on stage. TanTaco flawless on this final stock so far, but you see the grab into the up throw, and here come the aerial combos, Coney. But TanTaco able to do a fine job to get out of that, but now it's all Kira with a little bit of stage control as we reset neutral. And as you mentioned, Coney, TanTaco just one stock away from advancing, and that might do it. TanTaco moves along in the losers bracket as TanTaco really changes up their game plan here. Coney does a fine job of coming back.
And you saw how they did at the end, right? You saw what they did at the very end, what we were talking about the entire match. That step back, knowing that Kira was going to land with an aerial with a neutral air, step back into the Arsene forward smash. You have to play a little bit more evasive, a little bit more defensive with Joker in that matchup. Otherwise, you're going to get stuffed over and over by Wolf's just, frankly, just meaty hitboxes. And because of that, TanTaco was playing very well. And there at the end, Kira did not respect the Arsene being out, falls right into a forward smash. Well done.
Let's take a look at the updated bracket here as TanTaco advances to losers finals. Big thank you to Kira for joining us here today. They will certainly go home with a top 4 trophy, some hardware going to them. But now this sets up Captain Remix versus TanTaco, and we saw Captain Remix go ahead and use those ice climbers. Did not make a change when 9 Super Pie made the switch to Wii Fit Trainer and dominated. So if we do have ice climbers taking on Joker here, Vicky, what are your initial thoughts in this matchup?
Oh man, honestly, this could really. I'm worried for TanTaco only for the fact if he knows how to play this matchup. I think he'll be great, but if he doesn't, Captain Remex is going to take advantage just like he did versus Kira, actually. But when it comes to these two characters, you may see a similar playstyle to what we had seen from 9 Super Pie, where you wanted to kind of space them out with a Wii Fit Trainer. When it comes to Joker, similar to what we had actually just seen, he's going to be trying to utilize those side Bs until he gets Arsene on board, and then he was going to go in to kind of open up things for aggression.
And Coney, we saw the offstage game is going to be really important for TanTaco if he wants to try and score the upset over Captain Remix. That's where 9 Super Pie really had a lot of success against Captain Remix, was getting the ice climbers off stage and then sort of picking them off one by one.
I don't know how good Joker is at that, if I'm being honest. I think that I think using his side B will be able to separate them, especially through the Squall Hammer. And I think the down guns would be super good, but I never see Remix isn't ever recovering from below. Does that make sense? He's always recovering from above the stage horizontally. So I don't know if he's ever going to have the opportunity to really do that. I think this may be a learning experience for TanTaco. It's going to be difficult to see. I do know TanTaco is from Canada, and I can tell you that the number 1 player of Ice Climbers is actually a Canadian player. So maybe TanTaco has seen a little bit of that, but then again, Canada's a big country. I don't know. I don't know if one's in Toronto and one's in Newfoundland. I can't tell you. So we're gonna have to see, but TanTaco is gonna have to expand his mind as much as possible here, because Remix is going to come at him with everything.
Well, thank you for the geography lesson there, Professor Coney.
Happy to help.
Yeah, appreciate that. So we get set for this matchup here, Vicky, and let's go ahead and see if we have any surprises when it comes to the character selection. No, we don't. Ice Climbers taking on Joker. And it seems like for the Ice Climbers, once again, you got to keep that gap closed. You might not have the frame data that'll take care of business against TanTaco, but you got to find those opportunities when there's a little bit of a lag and an opening to rack up some major damage if you're Captain Remix.
Absolutely. You can see already Remix trying to open things up. Taco slowing things down, though, utilizing that side B that I was thinking he was going to try to use here, at least at the start until Arsene gets on board. But you're going to already see he's already at 78%, Jordan. The damage output from Ice Climbers could already put that mental pressure to try to hold forward.
Ice Climbers get separated, but once again, Coney, the Squall Hammer, such a valuable tool for the Ice Climbers to regain control in neutral.
It's an amazing getaway tool if you want to just sort of keep somebody at bay. Now that I'm watching this in action, I don't think it's particularly good against Arsene, but I do think it's excellent against Joker himself. And this may be one of the most polarizing instances I've ever seen of a matchup where Arsene basically, the match doesn't start until Arsene's on the field. TanTaco is looking utterly lost if there's no Arsene, but if there is Arsene, he's able to get hits, he's able to separate the two, get a lot more damage. Otherwise, I think Joker's low range and his high commitment in certain sections, like he's always at risk of falling into that side B Squall Hammer, or he's gonna get hit by that ice. So I don't know what TanTaco's option is here unless he has Arsene. It seems like he hasn't really figured it out, but he has a little bit of time.
Captain Remix total control, 3-2 stock advantage over TanTaco. Arsene is out for TanTaco, but Captain Remix, you see the Ice Climbers get separated, Vicky, and still able to rack up damage while Arsene is out. It's all about Captain Remix and this consistent pressure as he tries to also bide his time against Arsene.
The desync Blizzard attempt from Captain Remix, kind of trying to tease TanTaco to go away, but TanTaco, knowing a lot better, is like, I'm not going to hold forward here. Trying to utilize that side B, but actually got canceled out by that Blizzard. He can't move, Jordan. Right now, he's taking so much damage. He tried to utilize that, reflection right there, but he got punished instead. It looks like right now the matchup inexperience is really in Captain Remix's favor because Joker, I would want to say, doesn't do too bad against Ice Climbers, and Ice Climbers rather instead is just kind of running away with things that TanTaco probably hasn't really seen.
Oh, TanTaco able to take the first stock off of Captain Remix there, but it is all Captain Remix at this point here, Coney. And as you said, the high commitment level of TanTaco, he's got to play aggressive, and Captain Remix is just reading him and waiting for these openings and has so many different options to attack him with.
You can play it slower. You can just go for the side Bs, go for the guns when you can. You can see he's trying to use that counter to build Arsene when Arsene is not out, but the range on Icy's moves isn't high enough that it's not a huge risk, because if you don't get hit by it, it gives them ample time to charge something like a forward smash, and we saw in that second stock. It just seems like a lack of familiarity overall. And to be honest, again, I feel like if Arsene's not out, I don't know what the option is here. Maybe it's burst dash attacks to try to split them up. Maybe it's just dash grabs, because you can see TanTaco is not really comfortable running in and getting much done. I think you've got to try something. TanTaco playing at this mid-range is just not working.
Yeah, another Blizzard coming out. Captain Remix looking for the KO and the finish after that. No luck. TanTaco just trying to hang in there as long as he possibly can. Gets a combo, able to separate one more Ice Climber. We're down to our final stock here, Vicky, but you figure at this point, TanTaco can't afford to take any more damage.
Yeah, instead of trying to use a side B right there, actually, you had TanTaco utilize the gun instead, but I think it might be too late here, Jordan. TanTaco's already at 140%, and now trying to go for that high recovery, put themselves right above Captain Remix, and Captain Remix is going to be able to utilize that, get the punish, and take the game.
Yeah, I see the up air for the KO and the game right there for Captain Remix. So Captain Remix and the Ice Climbers, you talked about matchup knowledge here, Coney, and it's a high skill level character with a lot of layers just to play them. I imagine to play against them, it's even more challenging because you aren't familiar with a lot of the stuff that they can do.
You have to peel back the layers. So at the basic level, what Captain Remix is doing every time is you're waiting in shield, and when you get close or you touch the shield, he's using Squall Hammer. He's using side B over and over. And the idea is that racks up a ton of damage and it puts the opponent in a bad situation. Of course, that's level 1, right? That's just the simplest thing. Then once you start sort of realizing that, you start trying to play around and adapt to it. If you try to approach the shield from a way that isn't safe, you're going to start using that ice, the down B from Ice Climbers. And he's going to start desyncing that. And then you have to play around that because you can't come in from the front. So you have to jump over him, which leads you into Ice Climbers up airs, which are do a lot of damage to rack up, and they're very disjointed. So there are a lot of levels to this, a lot of layers. And it seems like instead of trying to figure it out with Joker, TanTaco says, all right, whatever. I'm going to go over to Pichu, which is a this is an all-in thing. All the chips have been pushed forward because, yes, this is a better chance in terms of separating ICs and in terms of probably getting KOs, but also you might perish at 70%.
So TanTaco going with Pichu over Joker. A little bit better personnel to use against the Ice Climbers, but so far not yielding the results here, Vicky, is TanTaco finally getting a little bit momentum, but the Ice Climbers and Captain Remix in total control at this point.
Honestly, Jordan, I totally agree with Cody with what he just said about Pichu could get sneezed on literally at 70% and absolutely blow up. And the thing about Ice Climbers, as we've been talking about, is that damage output. So, Ice Climbers has no problem being able to help TanTaco get there. But wow, I really like that coverage right there from TanTaco, knowing that Captain Remix wanted the BI into that platform, and I was actually able to cover that platform using the down B that Pichu had.
Yeah, TanTaco taking the first stock off to Captain Remix, trying to build up some more percentage here with the 3-2 stock lead, and we see the Thunder Jolt being used as almost an approach option here, Tony.
Yeah, actually, I'm starting to dig this because if you notice, the Thunder Jolt is used as an approach option. He's able to escape to the platforms on Kalos with the up B. The up B doesn't have a hitbox, so you can't go into your opponent, so he's actually able to be a bit more evasive. And one thing that I want to note is we keep noticing that Captain Remix prefers to recover horizontally, like on, above the stage, not below. And I feel like that Thunder is so good for that because you're able to cover both. Either you cover where they're going and they land on top of you with the Thunder, or you recover above them and he's able to pull you down. But there's that early damage from Remix bringing TanTaco up to 80%, and it may all be for naught.
Yeah, that Blizzard is such an effective tool for Captain Remix to lead into those combos and just rack up the damage here, Vicky. And so TanTaco has to be very mindful of that, because one mistake, you get yourself frozen, especially at this percentage, and it's lights out for TanTaco.
Yeah, you could kiss your stock goodbye at that point. I like the drag down attempt from TanTaco here, but now you're going to have Captain Remix being able to reset the situation. You're frozen, Jordan. You have nowhere to go, but TanTaco, he gets to see another day. Keeps that stock, although trying to go for the overextension right there, possibly trying to go for the back air. But once Cody mentioned, Captain Remix has been recovering up high most of this entire time. Potentially TanTaco trying to go for a mix-up, but it doesn't matter. On the stage, all vanilla, TanTaco being able to utilize that Thunder knockback and take out Captain Remix's second stock. But we are at an even game, Jordan.
Final stock for both fighters at this point. Captain Remix trying to take one more stock off of TanTaco and face 9 Super Pie in a rematch in Grand Finals. But can TanTaco and the change to Pichu change things up? Right now, TanTaco, Coney, with a slight lead in this final stock.
But it may go away in the blink of an eye. We've seen Remix rack up so much damage so quickly off of one of those down Bs, off of one grab. Let's see what the punish is. Yeah, that forward air is actually safe as TanTaco lands, which makes that a great option against the shield of Remix. But now, stuck in the ice, 80% for free. TanTaco is going to have to keep pace and try to get this stock off before Remix lands really one hit.
TanTaco trying to keep his tournament hopes alive, but no, the read by Captain Remix, Vicky, and Captain Remix will go ahead and advance to Grand Finals.
And it's heartbreaking, Jordan, because TanTaco was actually going to try to separate Popo and Nana. He was trying to take care of Nana there, and it was so unfortunate because of the fact that he overextended to take care of Nana. You had Captain Remix like, oh, okay. I mean, now you're putting yourself close to the ledge, and I do a lot of damage. You are like the lightest character of the game, so I'm just gonna sneeze real quick here. And now that with a 2-0, I mean, Captain Remix, he already won that last game, so now with a clean 2-0, Captain Remix is gonna be moving on in bracket.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the updated bracket. TanTaco almost coming from behind with the Pichu pick to extend that loser's final, but no luck right there. So thank you to TanTaco for joining us once again. We'll take home that top 4 trophy for the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate North American Online Open, October 2020. That brings us to Grand Finals here, Coney. A rematch of our winners final, 9 Super Pie versus Captain Remix. Of course, Captain Remix will have to reset the bracket if they want to claim the championship. For 9 Super Pie, this was the Wii Fit Trainer versus the Ice Climbers matchup that you've seen a bajillion times, you said. That really wasn't even much of a contest because of Wii Fit Trainer's mobility and zoning capabilities against Captain Remix and those Ice Climbers.
We need to see how deep Remix's pockets are. You got anything else in there? You got like a Cloud, you got a Ness. What else do you play? Because Ice Climbers against Wii Fit Trainer doesn't look like the move, honestly. It looks like that ball is much too disruptive. Even if you block it, it's bouncing around between the two of you. You've got the Sun Salutation, which means that you can't ever really be safe setting up because it'll go through the ice if you try to do the desyncs. I just feel like Remix is never comfortable in this matchup. You can never like take a second with Ice Climbers to sit and shield and breathe because of the onslaught of just obstacles and just things being thrown at you. So I have a feeling like if we don't see a character swap from Remix, it might be a very fast 2-0. I could be wrong. Maybe he's figured something out. Maybe he's got a strategy going into this, but that looked hopeless before.
Yeah, and Vicky, the one thing that I saw from Remix to give them hope, the times that they were finally getting some momentum against 9 Super Pi was when you just stayed glued to Wii Fit Trainer. I know that's hard to do because of Wii Fit Trainer's mobility, but when you weren't giving Wii Fit Trainer the time to space things out with header and Sun Salutation, it seems like that's when Captain Remix was able to apply consistent pressure.
Yeah, I mean, being able to utilize the Blizzard and just the damage output that Ice Climbers has, when you do get into that personal space of Wii Fit Trainer, it could be pretty grim, at least from the Wii Fit Trainer's point of view, because your whole goal is to make sure that there is that space that you want to build up. Also, just the fact that 9 Super Pi pulled out the Wii Fit Trainer when we had seen them use Wario before, that's just knowledge already to know that 9 Super Pi has the ability to counterpick, has these pockets that we don't know about maybe coming in out of the blue, that 9 Super Pi being able to really utilize that matchup knowledge that they already have versus Ice Climbers, which gives you the impression that 9 Super Pi is already onto, you know, Captain Remix's game here that he's been able to really take advantage of against his other previous opponents.
Well, let's see if Captain Remix, Coney, has had some time to think about their approach. So far, nothing really paying off as you see the huge lead for 9 Super Pi coming out the gate 29-3, but now Captain Remix finally getting into a little bit of a groove as they keep 9 Super Pi off the side of the stage.
You see how that keeps happening every time that Remix tries to get these decent... Yeah, he could have done it there too. Every time he's trying to get these down Bs rolling with the D6, Super Pi is just able to just adeptly jump over it like a ninja, get on the other side of him, and then forward smash him. And if he's got deep breathing on, that might KO it 70, 80, 90, depending on where they are on the stage. So again, you just never get a chance to breathe and take a second. I'm interested to see how Final Destination will work for either of them, because honestly, I don't know who it favors more. There are less platforms for Super Pi to come down on Remix for, but it does give Super Pi a long, flat area to just throw these balls. So I don't know. And there it is again. You gotta watch those D6. You can't ever take a second just to mentally reset because Wii Fit Trainer is always on top of you.
Yeah, the down air getting the KO on Nana, so Popo is left trying to go one-on-one against Wii Fit Trainer. Clearly, 9 Super Pi and Wii Fit Trainer with more mobility, but Captain Remix hanging in there so far. The deep breathing ready to roll for 9 Super Pi. And Vicky, if you're Captain Remix, you just got to do all that you can to maintain stage control.
Absolutely. You already see it right here. Captain Remix being able to cover the option of 9 Super Pi trying to go for that high jump. And we're living. That was great DI from Captain Remix. And they're getting sent to the opposite side of the stage. You have to consider 9 Super Pi slowly clawing their way in. But there is rage implied here for Captain Remix. And that's scary. And that's actually going to take care of 9 Super Pi's stock first. And that's actually big because 9 Super Pi had the lead. But I mean, just as close here, he slapped him. He literally slapped him and said, all right, we're going to even this up real quick.
Hey, Coney, that's a win. 1v1. If you're Captain Remix, you got one Ice Climber. If you can take a stock from 9 Super Pi, you'll take that all day long.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no question. If you can make that happen, especially with how dire this looks otherwise. Excellent work by Remix, playing it beautifully there and is a little bit in control here. I will say the momentum is not on his side. It seems like Super Pi is these stronger bursts, but Remix is doing an excellent job of keeping position, sort of setting the pace now. Oh, but that forward smash, again, you see that hitbox? You see how far that hits? Jeez.
Yeah, the backside of the hitbox on that forward smash too, also catching Captain Remix. So again, Wii Fit Trainer with so much range if you get up close, and Captain Remix, we saw some effectiveness, Vicky, trying to land with that ice shot and that squall hammer, but now 9 Super Pi has got them separated.
Absolutely. And you know, the fact that 9 Super Pi could shield right out of deep breathing, you saw it right there actually, and it gives Captain Remix the illusion that, you know, he can hold 4 right there, and 9 Super Pi is actually able to take that to his advantage, which we had seen actually originally when we had these two face off against each other earlier, and now Captain Remex, he's at 137, but can he utilize that rage once again? He can't. 9 Super Pi sending him to the blast zone and holding on to that lead now.
So 9 Super Pi, 2-1 stock advantage, trying to take the first game of Grand Finals here. Sun Salutation and the header coming out to keep Captain Remix at bay, and it's all about Captain Remix here, Coney, trying to navigate all these projectiles to get in close, and then you got to deal with the long-ranging tilts and the grabs coming out from 9 Super Pi.
And I think that's the difference here, is that there's always the threat of the grab, so you can't just sit and shield. That was something that we didn't see from TanTaco very often. Never really running up and using Joker's grab, and there is a risk inherent in that, but you have to go for it. Otherwise, you're just giving Ice Climbers free leeway to just control the entire stage. I think Super Pi is a little bit more bold, and he's really, it's paying off for him, as he's about to lap in stocks. He is off stage. Have to see if he's able to make it back. Should be able to... Nope. I was wrong.
Ooh.
So Captain Remix taking the second stock off of 9 Super Pi, has a tough glacier to climb here if they want to try and take this victory. Oh, 9 Super Pi got him separated. Captain Remix trying to use both Ice Climbers, but you fall too low there, Vicky. And you mentioned it, the separation as soon as you get desynced, it was nothing but Captain Remix trying to get both those Ice Climbers back together when that desync happened, and no luck there because 9 Super Pi sniffing them each out separately.
I just want to say, when 9 Super Pi came in from the Heaven platform, he came in swinging.
Yeah.
Wasted no time, came in with the deep breathing, and just was doing such a good job at making sure that Captain Remix was not going to get the space that he wanted in between that stock. He absolutely was able to utilize Wii Fit Trainers, large hitboxes in general. I mean, Coney was talking about the size of that forward smash being the size of a truck, essentially, and right there, Captain Remix took a lot of damage at the very end, especially when the deep breathing was already in place from 9 Super Pi.
So now Captain Remix dropping that game. 9 Super Pi just one game away here, Coney, from becoming your champion for regions 7 and 8 here. Do you think we'll see the Ice Climbers again? Is it too late to maybe go to that pocket pick? Because even though we saw a little bit more success from Captain Remix, you saw the glaring issue, that desync and not being able to do anything from afar. It was really just 9 Super Pi in control that entire game once again.
Oh, also at the very end, you saw the issue with Nada, right? She just air dodged, and it meant that Remix wasn't getting the full up B. I'm surprised we haven't seen that more. I don't know what Remix is doing. He has excellent control over the AI. But there you see a little bit of that character inconsistency and falling off there. You could do one of two things here. Either you stay on Ice Climbers and probably lose, but at least you learn something. You know, you're getting matchup experience against a very high level Wii Fit trainer and you're learning something. Or you go with something you're maybe a little bit less comfortable with, but might be a better matchup. The game has nearly 80 characters, right? There's a billion options you could do and a million different ways to play it. So I'm not sure what they'll opt to choose, but I will say if we see the Ice Climbers again, I think we might have locked in our champion. We'll see.
Well, looks like they're ready to go, and hey, they're going to stick with what got them here. Captain Remix rode the Ice Climbers here, 9 Super Pies. We said before, the switch from Wolf over to Wii Fit Trainer. It's been all Wii Fit Trainer in this matchup. And now we have a platform in the middle of the stage here, Vicky. Who do you think that benefits most here?
Honestly, I'm going to still go into 9 Super Pi, only because although Captain Remix could use this platform to actually do exactly what you saw right there, cover that space with that neutral B ice shot. Although 9 Super Pi has been unfazed by these desyncs, he still has been able to force Captain Remix to go in and be aggressive. But now this allows 9 Super Pi another pathway to just kind of get away from Captain Remix at the same time and essentially get to the other side of the stage to reset. And ooh, that was almost a jab up right there, but 9 Super Pi being able to roll away from that situation.
One thing that I do want to bring up is this actually might be the best situation possible for Remix. As you can see, that platform in the middle of the stage makes it much harder for 9 Super Pi to come in with like a down air or with a back air above that down B. So those desynced ices, you're gonna have to see how Remix really plays around that, because it seems like 9 Super Pi isn't able to just jump over and land with an aerial. So this actually might be a good stage for Remix going forward. We'll just see how it plays out.
Nine Super Pie has got it down to one Ice Climber at this point. Remix trying to shield up top, drops down below. You see another header coming out. Sun Salutation rolling as well too from Nine Super Pie. Remix able to get Super Pie off the side of the stage, but again, the tilts, Coney, the tilts, they're so far reaching.
They're very far reaching and on both sides. And they're so deceptive. You have to play against this character often enough to be like, oh yeah, that'll hit, that'll happen. And with this many characters in the game, it's just impossible to know all of them at once. And Super Pie just seems to be utilizing that. And here we go. The desyncs coming in for Remix, evening it up, 2 stocks each. And again, I feel like Super Pie might not have an answer for it with that platform there. At least not the one that he's been using before.
Super Pie storming back in the second stock, as we mentioned, to take a 75-0 lead here. Keeping the Ice Climbers off stage. Smash attack that's going to whiff right there. The header over the ice shot. That's effective. Ice Climbers able to get back on stage for Captain Remix. Well shielded right there. And then these jab grabs here have been so potent, Vicky, for Nine Super Pie.
Yeah, just between the 4 tilt and that was unfortunate. Yeah, Captain Remix was not going to be able to make it back right there without Nana. And now being down a complete stock compared to 9 Super Pie, Jordan, Captain Remix, he's going to have to try to utilize that platform that Coney was mentioning to try to bring this back, really help him out with the desyncs, being able to utilize that Blizzard. But at the same time, 9 Super Pie, that aggression is going to be able to get put onto Captain Remix, and 9 Super Pie is going to be able to utilize that right here. But the damage output we've already seen before is no problem for Ice Climbers.
9 Super Pie putting on a class in how you play as Wii Fit Trainer, dominating the bracket so far, just 1 stock away from claiming the championship here. Captain Remix stuck with the Ice Climbers, tried to be persistent, but has not been able to solve the riddle that 9 Super Pie and Wii Fit Trainer present. And Coney, it's just a matter of time, it seems like, as Captain Remix trying to get back on stage. It's the 1 stock lead that 9 Super Pie gets to play with here, Cone, that really is dominating this match.
And I think that Super Pie is just showing such a familiarity in this matchup. You keep seeing Super Pie, whenever he gets a grab, he's hitting those pummels again and again, and Remix is just not ready for it. Super Pie playing expertly around both Ice Climbers there, not dropping a game the entire event.
9 Super Pie. Now I'm going to stay right here and be your champion. Wii Fit Trainer. Opened up with Wario, but then rode Wii Fit Trainer here, Vicky, through the championship rounds here into grand finals and just sweeps the entire bracket. So we came in thinking Captain Remix, who didn't drop a single game to get to the top 4, was going to be our favorite. But no, 9 Super Pie and the ability to understand matchups and just have such an advantage carries them to the championship. Very impressive work right there.
Yeah, honestly, props to 9 Super Pie. At the very beginning, Jordan, we were talking about how Smash Ultimate really opens up these avenues to play a plethora of characters in terms of counter picks. I mean, as Coney mentioned, what, 80-something characters almost, and you have here 9 Super Pie being able to utilize that to his advantage, being able to use Wario for the counter pick against Joker if you wanted to, Wii Fit Trainer now against Ice Climbers. And as we already saw within that last match, it really did look like 9 Super Pie already had that matchup downloaded. It looked like he was pretty familiar going into that match with Ice Climbers, whereas, you know, Captain Remix, he did a really good job at capitalizing off of the fact that a lot of his opponents didn't really know how to approach Ice Climbers.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the final bracket now that all of our action is done here for regions 7 and 8. And as we said before, 9 Super Pie, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, not breaking a sweat at all. So 9 Super Pie will take home that champion trophy for the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate North American Online Open. October 2020, Captain Remix will get that top 4 trophy as well too. And so that was some swift action. Not a single 2-1 in this entire bracket as 9 Super Pie is your champion for regions 7 and 8. But sit tight. We have plenty more Super Smash Bros. Ultimate action coming your way. We're going to take a little break here, but when we come back, we'll have our top 4 for regions 1 and 2 in the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate North American Online Open, October 2020. We'll be right back.